What up, Dogfish Nation? Yeah, the camera is actually deciding to record fluidly today. Sunlight outside, no light in here. As you can see, no yellow. So, yeah, just a little bit of audio lag, that's all. Small updates. One, something I actually like from Kinder. Yeah, this is actually from a Kinder Egg. If you live in the US and you do not know what Kinder is, then, well, Kinder Eggs are little chocolate eggs, or about yay big, and they're in foil. They're clamshells. Basically, they're like an Easter egg, but they have a pod on the inside, which holds a little toy. Unfortunately, they are banned in the US. Not because of small parts, because, well, apparently you're not allowed to sell food products with a non-edible center. Seen as it clearly does say on the package, toy inside. So, yeah, it's technically not breaking any actual laws. Because, how many other food products do it? Some Christmas puds do have coins and money in them. So, kind of the same thing. But, yeah. This actually gives me the feel of a Mighty Mug. Because if you look at it, it's got a similar look to the Mighty Mugs figurines you can get. But here's where it differs. If you open the head, you can actually see there's a little switch and a number. Unfortunately, I'm not actually able to use the switch because I only have one of these. Yet the idea is you have two of them and you put them together. And twist, and that would give you a number. From what I can understand, the numbers are actually completely random on what is actually on the dial. And seeing how big the 6 is, the dial is actually rather large, so there might be more numbers on there, even up to 10. I don't know. So it could be like that. So it's literally a luck of the draw. So there's no actual set number. There's a way of timing it so you can win every now and then, but that's not simple. But this I like, mainly because it's Thor, and it's the animated Thor. I don't like the movie Thor because he is a pretentious ass who thinks he is all glorious and great, and is also an absolute idiot. Yeah, if you watched the first animated Avenger film, where Captain America is actually not a glory hog, and not an ass, but is a calm, well-mannered person who just wants to understand. Yeah. If you've watched Avengers Assemble, he's the complete opposite of that. Yeah. That Thor in that one, where he is stopping the whalers, that Thor I like. He's only in it for a tiny bit, but that Thor I do like. He was awesome. Backed off. So, yeah. For these, there's quite a few characters. You get Spider-Man, Wolverine, Iron Man, Captain America. You can also get, I think Hulk, the Lizard, Venom, and the Goblin. Yeah, the Green Goblin. There might be one other I don't remember. The instructions are still in the pod, so I can't remember. They're in my room at the moment. Another small update. This thing. Yeah. Someone who doesn't like Optimus Prime, I have quite a few Primes. Well, I have quite a few figures that are based around the mould and have the name Prime in their name. Yeah. The only two figures that I have that are outside of the name Prime are my Ultra Magnus Titanium, which uses the same War Within Prime mould, and Vector Prime, who has the name Prime, but still counts. Yeah, I have 11 figures with Prime in their name, or share the same name and body of Optimus. This one, on the other hand, this one I like. It's the Bayverse Prime. I'm not a huge fan of Bay. To be honest, I want to kill him because he botches everything. Transformers was only supposed to be a trilogy, not a saga. He's trying to make it 6 films. It's only supposed to be a trilogy. He's supposed to have 3. But, that aside. This is one of the MechTech version, Deluxe. But it did get a leader release with a trailer. This figure is only missing 3 things. A gun, that I also believe turned into his signature sword, and 2 oil tanks that went here and here. So he's only missing a gun and oil tanks. To be honest, the oil tanks didn't really do anything. They should have been just solid pieces on this instead of just clipping on. So kind of stupid. He does have light piping. It's not the best. The majority of his head in the back is clear. But yeah, it's not the easiest to see. You can see it, but it's dim. It's not the clearest of plastic. Yeah, too many cut lines along the back. Yeah. See, too many cut lines and the screw does get in the way. So, yeah, it's not the best. If they use just a plain coloured tint for clear plastic, it would have shone through a lot better. Like his signature blue or using yellow, that would have worked brilliantly. A yellow on a Prime eye would be brilliant. Like Scourge. Or Scourge. I never know how to pronounce that because there's Scourge, Scourge, and other pronunciations. But yeah. This version of Prime I actually like. His transformation, just like how TJ Omega likes Trail Cutter's transformation, it is satisfying. This guy actually uses his bulk well. And I'm actually complimenting a movie toy here, people. I'm complimenting a Prime, no less. I'm a Decepticon fan, not an Autobot fan. Funnily enough, I have yet to actually find an Autobot sigil on this guy, except for a piece on the hood. Just this one tiny piece. That little bit sticking up, that is supposed to be an Autobot sigil. It's the only one I found on this guy. It's kind of surprising. Nope, not even one there. Nope, nope. And the sigil, just that one. Nope, just the one. And it's too small to even recognise, so yeah. Prime wins it. He's got a very good truck mode. Very good disguise. Now, here comes my problem. Can you see why I don't like this figure? These wheels, they hinder the articulation greatly, because he's got a double jointed elbow. It's for transformation, but it still counts as articulation. But he can't use the articulation because of the wheel. From what I can see from this, they should have either done it this way. Have it so that these pieces are permanently in that position, so they just fold forwards or back, but not slide like that. So just up like that. So just up. And then have the wheel piece fold around. So this is then also upon here, because when in truck mode, it's like that. They really could have just had it fold forwards and spin round, and just had a bend by here. If a third-party company can do it, then Hasbro can do it. But yeah, that's literally the only gripe on this entire toy. That's literally it. Light piping, I've not been a huge fan of it. Seriously, just having clear plastic as the eyes, that was perfectly fine for me. Light piping was a bonus, but I'm not interested in that, to be honest. But from all the articulation this guy has, I'd have thought the arms would be the main priority, because gun and sword, come on. But yeah, there's barely any truck mode kibble on him other than those wheels. His legs, very articulate, ratchet in the hip, outward movement. He can't really tilt. He can tilt inwards, but then it looks like he's dancing, and that's not something you want. He can slightly move his feet, a slight ankle tilt, but due to this piece, it's not very good. If you slightly untab it, it does work better, but and there's another thing, these little pieces. I don't exactly know why they're on the figure, because they don't do anything. But yeah. I will do a review on this guy at some point. But yeah. Now to actually get to the topic of the update. When I go to auto assembly, which is booked, and I am allowed to go in at night, so I'll be allowed to be in the day and towards the evening. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for Bendy Prime. Thing is, I need to find 3 of the same color scheme, because yeah, I need 1 for collection and 2 for custom. Yes, I'm actually working on customs. Yeah. These are going to be, well, custom Nova Prime design. They're going to be based upon Nova Prime. So, yeah, they'll have a wing pack. But they're actually going to be a couple. Meaning, these characters are married. Their names are Novrox and Novera, and they are both primes. Yes, a female Prime. I have never actually heard of a legitimate female Prime in the entire continuity of Transformers. Even a fan-made character, I have not seen a female Prime. I've seen a female version of Prime, a gender bend, but I've never actually seen a female Prime. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, but there's also a little other gimmick. You know how RID Megatron has that little piece that folds up to be a bat face? I kind of wanted to try and do that, because I do want them to actually represent canines. Very long story, I'll get into that when I actually build the figures. They're going to have a little gimmick. You know how with Power Masters, Trigger Masters, and Headmasters, you can interchange the little minifigure. With a Power Master, you can just swap out the engine. With a Headmaster, it actually completely changes the character by changing the head. So, what I was planning was this. I have 6 little toy cars, very tiny, they're very tiny cars, that I got from, well, a charity shop, but they're from Kinder Packets. And I had an idea. Use them like an engine, because they actually scale rather well with Bendy Prime. Taking into account how big they are and how big Prime is, they actually scale rather well. So, yeah. Basically, they would fit into the back of the wind pack. It would be 3 per figure, and depending on which vehicle is actually in the back, depends on what feature they would get. They would get the wings, they would get normal armor, or a full package. So, yeah. Basically, I've got 2 little Hot Wheels. Yeah, Mattel actually did do a Hot Wheels one, because I've actually found some. Funnily enough, one of the little cars, I actually have the actual Hot Wheels car counterpart, which I also got from the same charity shop. Only a few days later, so funny, yeah. But yeah, that's the way that is. Strange. Yeah. Another 2 are just 2 random sports cars. They look rather nice. And the other 2 are hot rod style, futuristic style, so they're Cybertronian-ish. One is based on an actual real car, another is based on something else, so yeah. Oh, that's how that works. Well, I've just figured out how this works. Yeah, you rotate the body. So there is actually a way of controlling it. Interesting. But yeah. Basically, Novrox and Novera will have a switching gimmick. They'll be able to use each other's cars, and the cars will actually be independent from the figures. So they could be used like roller, or they'll be scouts in a way. They will transform, and I'll also be adding a bit of articulation, because they don't have a waist joint for moving forwards or to the side. So I could actually just put in a hinge so they could bend slightly, which I have yet to actually see people do. So, could work. It could work. I'd have to get the figures first. Preferably, I'd like to get either the Cybertron version of Optimus Prime, or the Ultra Magnus repaint, because Novera and Novarox do have quite a bit of white on them, but also red. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work with that. But it has to be 3 of the same style, because it's gonna be irritating, but it has to be 3 of the same. Has to be that way. It's only a last resort if I can't find 3 of the same. So yeah. Also, my DX 3D model is almost finished. I finished the Lumio knuckle, I finished the wings, and I need a slight touch up on those in a future update. Tails, the whole thing is rigged up. I just need to actually finish the stomach and put on his bands, and then that's done. So yeah, it's finished. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, peace on the street.